Welcome. We're back. We were dark last week because we had the Leadership for the Future Mastermind experience. 5 days here in Las Vegas. Tremendous breakthroughs, and you should be there. But today, it's Leadership for the Future Warrior Scholar Sage. By the way, I went to Leadership for the Future. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt, if you haven't noticed. And we get together here every week at the same time, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard, to talk about the psychology and the strategies to powerfully lead both your life and your business, because both of those have to occur. And I want to welcome you today on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. As people are filing into the room, let me go through a couple of administrative issues as that happens. First and foremost, we're going to be dark next week as well, because next Thursday is Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday of the entire year, because it's the time where we stop and think about how grateful we can be and should be, and there's always something to be grateful for. So I will be with my family in Kansas City next Thursday, and hopefully you'll be with your family as well. Maybe we'll shoot some video while we're there, but I can't promise it. We will be dark for Leadership for the Future, though. Also, Leadership for the Future Mastermind Experience, where we literally tap into the true mastermind, that 5-day event. You can see a link above my head here on Facebook, also on Twitter, also on Instagram. You'll need to go to my bio to find the link. But we have a few slots available for the upcoming new event in January. The demand was so great that you convinced me to add another one to the calendar. And in fact, I think 6 of the 10 people who attended in November this month are actually coming back again because they had such a powerful experience. If any of you graduates of Leadership for the Future Mastermind are here, you can weigh in down below and tell the rest of us what your experience was. But we tap into the literal mastermind. Now, if you're familiar with Napoleon Hill's work, as I am, and if you've studied it for the better part of 3 decades, as I have, then you understand a lot of people use the word mastermind, but it's not just about a group of individuals getting together and throwing around ideas. When you get together in the literal sense of tapping into the mastermind, you're tapping into what we also know is your higher conscious mind, into your genius, into the universal intelligence, into an infinite storehouse of unlimited potential and possibility. And that's what we create in that experience together. And you start to become more creative. You start to become more intuitive. You start to become more innovative. You start to have ideas flow through you versus just from you. Sound exciting? It really, really is. And so I would love to have you join if you're serious about taking your life and your business to the next level. We have a couple slots left for January 7th through 11th, and you can click the link above my head here on Twitter, on Facebook, or go to the bio, on my bio on Instagram. Now, also, as you know, many of you do this every single week on Facebook. There's a button right down here. Please just hit that share button and help me help you help those in your community and those that you love and care about. On Instagram, you can regram and share, and on Twitter, you can retweet. Please do this. If this blesses you, also hit the thumbs up or give me a heart if it's of value for you here today. And I choose the word value on purpose. We'll get to that in just a moment. But let me do a quick shout out to those who shared on Facebook last week real quickly. Rob Genius, Lana Monday, Paul Campbell, Christine Lewis Anderson. Thank you very much. Anthony Rogers and Andrew, thanks guys from the UK. Really appreciate you guys, and I hope you know that. Russ Litow, Tommy Allen Rains, Nancy Winters, Vanessa Robinson, Nora Jones, Jay Lee. It was really great being with you earlier this week, Jay Lee, on your live cast. Thank you for thinking of me and allowing me to share. Tony Francis Smith, Nisa Harper News, Gratitude 24/7, 365. We are all one. Sandy Arango, Cottonwood Stone, and you know that I truly, truly appreciate it. And this is an easy way, just by clicking that little share button, that you can make a difference on the people that you care about and for the people that you care about. So, let me start off with something for your notes. Values drive all economics. your values drive your entire life. Now, what we've been exploring in the last several weeks of this series are the qualities and the characteristics that you must adopt and embody to not only just survive, but to thrive in this Mach 10 market that we're operating in, and as it continually speeds up moving into the future. We started off, and this is all based on research and based upon a lot of great thinkers. We started off with health and vitality and longevity. If you're going to be around if you're going to make a big impact, you're going to have to be around long enough to make a big impact. And we invested several episodes in how to make that happen. If you missed them, you can go back and catch up. And now we're into the third session on how to build adaptability and flexibility in this Mach 10 market in which we live and operate. Now, if you'll recall, these are things that are being talked about and researched and written about and documented by people like the Honorable Professor Yuval Harari from Hebrew University in Jerusalem. He's a historian as well as a futurist who believes you can predict the future by studying the past, and I think he's really got his fingers on the pulse. Also, Peter Diamandis, who is the principal of Singularity University, and many more people are talking about how as we move forward, adaptability and self-reinvention are a must. They're a must. Because if you haven't recognized it yet, you maybe should wake up and recognize, rethink about what's going on in the world. I know you feel it happening around you, shifting around you. And so, if you're going to have to adapt, which you are, if you're going to have to self-re-identify, which you are, because as we've discussed, in many if not most cases, nothing fails today like the success of yesterday. And I think you'll find that quickly true. The things that used to work are no longer working. The things that work today are not going to work tomorrow. And so you're going to have to adapt and be flexible in today's world. You with me? And to do this, you have to know exactly who you are and why you are here. Most people don't. Do you? Because if you don't know who you are and why you are here, you're going to be completely lost as we move at Mach 10. Completely lost. And if you're feeling lost right now, join the crowd, because most people are. I trust that it makes sense to you that you're never going to be successful at flexing, bobbing, and weaving without knowing your center. Right? Imagine, if you will, a boxer in the ring being able to dodge punches with no legs and no grounding. It's just not going to happen, much less having to throw punches, because you see, if you follow the metaphor, we have to have both offense and defense, right? In today's world, we have to have action and reaction in today's world, and both of these come from effectively knowing your center and being grounded in that. Because otherwise you're going to get pulled off by every little bangle and bobble and bead and flashing light and glimmer that is happening all around you. And I think you know what I'm talking about. So let me ask you, what's your center? These are things that they never ever teach us in school. And so what we've been discussing in this second phase of the series is, first we talked about what I call your PTP. You remember what that is? To clearly define and understand and live your powerful transforming purpose, your PTP. Then we went into vision. And if you missed these installments, you can go back and catch up on those as well. Now, presupposing that you at least have a semblance of what your PTP is and your vision, let's discuss how you're going to get these things accomplished in your life and business. You ready? Because you see, your values tell you how you're going to show up in the world. Your values tell you how you're going to accomplish your PTP and your vision. Now, here's a fact. You make every decision, every moment of every day based upon your values. And this is vitally important to understand to find your center. You see, as we've discussed previously, your purpose answers the question, why? Why do you do what you do? Why is it even important? Your vision answers the question, what am I going to accomplish? And what am I going to do that's in alignment with my purpose? You see how this is building together? These all work synergistically. Your values then answer the question, how? How are you going to be in the process? Are you going to be integritous or manipulative? Right? Are you going to be congruent and coherent, or are you going to be chaotic and confused? Well, most would probably answer the latter in both of those questions. And yet, unless and until you know your center and you know why you're here and what you're here to do and how you're going to do that, then you're going to be the former versus the latter. You're going to be the chaos and the confused. Wait, I think I said that wrong. Most would want to be the former versus the latter. And if you don't have that clarity, you're going to be the latter versus the former. You're going to be the chaotic and confused. Right? Versus and you're not going to be the coherent and the clear. Now, put this in your notes. Your purpose is the key to fulfillment. Unless and until you know your PTP crystal clear, you will not live a fulfilling life. You may have some ups and downs, and you may have some entertainment, but you will not live a fulfilling life. Your purpose is the key to fulfillment. Your vision is the key to leadership. And leadership for the future is why we're here. And I hope it's coming clear to you why I have called this leadership for the future, because I believe we need leaders now and moving into the future who are different types of leaders than what we've had in the past. And certainly these things that we're talking about in all of these episodes, this is episode number 67, is something very, very different than what has gotten us to where we are. Right? Because the problems of today will not be solved by the thinking of yesterday, said Einstein. So your vision is the key to leadership. Your purpose is the key to fulfillment. Your values tell you how you're going to accomplish both. You with me? Now, I've been blessed to work with over 1 million people from 144 different countries around the world. I'm blessed to say 144 because prior to last week it was 143, and Mika came in from Finland to be at Leadership for the Future and added one more. So now it's 144 people, 144 countries from around the world. And here's what I have found consistently, and maybe you have as well. And let this not be you. Most people face the biggest challenges they faced in life because they have no idea whatsoever who they are or what their values are. Now think about the problem here. Let me restate. You make every decision, every moment of every day based upon the values, your values. You do not go to the grocery store because you want to go to the grocery store. You go to the grocery store because you value survival, right? And you say, well, James, I like to go to the grocery store. Okay, if you're one of the weird ones, that's all right. I love weird people too. But most people don't go to the grocery store because they want to go to the grocery store. They go to the grocery store because they value survival. You with me? You don't mow your lawn because you value mowing your lawn. You value having a beautiful presentation of your home. for instance, and so on and so forth. So from the most magnificent to the most mundane, you make every decision, every moment of every day based upon your values. And here's the rub. If you get this, and I hope you do, if you can't tell me right now what your top 5 values are, then, and I mean quickly, concisely, and clearly, and most people can, then not only are you flying on by the seat of your pants, but you're living someone else's life. Wow. You're living a life that you've been programmed to live because you've never been encouraged to stop now. And think about what you truly value, and think about who you truly are. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. It is your responsibility. Now values are way too complex to explore in a quick livecast session, but let me promise you this. You cannot not live your values. Let me just let that lay out there for a second. I'll repeat it. You cannot not live your values. You are living your values right now, whether you're conscious of them or unconscious. And if you want to change your life, which most people do, then you have to change your values. And here's the thing. All change happens at the unconscious level. I mean, psychology tells us that we do about 95% minimum or more of the things we do based upon unconscious drivers. And here's the rub. You're unconscious of them, right? So they're totally out of your awareness. And so values, as I said, they're complex. They're more than just words. You know, I heard someone in the personal development industry advocating pick 5 words that you want to live your life by. And you know, I'll give you this. Words have power, and values are more than words. Your values are literally hardwired into your neurology. They are installed, probably unconscious, but they're there. They're installed and programmed into you like a computer program. And to effectively change them, they have to be uninstalled. And new ones must be installed. And use your computer as a metaphor. Reciting words, while, you know, that may be all well and good, or writing down words is nothing more than doing an affirmation. And if you've had experience with affirmations, as I have, all the way back to the 80s with over 1 million people, they most often don't work. And there's a reason for that as well, not the purpose of this discussion today. Here's the bottom line. No matter what you tell me about your life and what you really want for your life, your habits and your actions quickly tell the truth, as do your results. You see, your results tell an interesting story. They tell the truth because your results are a reflection of you. No matter what you say, you know, in many cases, words are just noise. And a lot of people will put out a lot of noise, but their habits and their actions and their results tell the truth. And so do yours. When you look at where you spend the bulk of your time and money, it will quickly begin to tell you where your values reside. You know, I've had a lot of people say, well, I value family, James. And then you look at their time and where they spend their money, and it's very, very evident that they don't value family. They're saying that because they think they should say it, right? And, you know, many tell me they want to build a business. A lot of people tell me they want to build a business. And by the way, in this age of the entrepreneur, you better want to build a business because jobs are going away. Forbes said in 10 years or less, 50% of the payroll jobs are going to be gone. So when would now be the time to get ready before the ball drops if you're on payroll? But many people tell me they want to build their business. They want to level up their business. They want to take it to the next stage of ultimate performance. And yet they spend countless time, countless hours, and countless dollars on social affairs. They spend countless time on social media posting messages about blah, blah bullshit. And they do a whole host of other frivolous activities. And that's okay. That's okay. You see, look, I'm not here nor am I qualified to tell you what you should value. No one's qualified to do that. It's your life. But what I am here to encourage you to do is to be ruthlessly honest with yourself. Because there's no value in lying to yourself. I mean, most people spend a large percentage of their time lying to themselves. Say one thing and they live another. This creates a great incongruity and incoherence inside. And that disconnect inside, to say you value something and to do something different, creates not only a lack of authentic happiness and fulfillment, but it also creates suffering and physical disease. I hope you're thinking. Now look, science tells us everything in this universe is energy. Your thoughts are energy, your words are energy, your actions are energy, your body is energy, your business is energy, money is energy. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. And what we know in science is that energy vibrates. And the law of vibration says everything has a different vibration. In science, we call that a frequency. But you see, when you have a chaotic and disharmonious vibration inside, that causes problems. It causes problems, not only psychologically, but physiologically, and it impacts your results. Does that make sense to you? If you're putting out, an incongruent and incoherent vibration, if you will, or energy field, if you will, then you're not going to create what you're even capable, not even close to what you're capable. You see, being incongruent with your values is one of the greatest causes of losing leadership of your life. It's one of the greatest causes of losing authenticity, losing authentic happiness. I'm not talking about pop happiness where, this is fun, and then it's gone. Authentic happiness maintains. Authentic happiness is consistent, even when things are hard and difficult. Being incongruent with your values is one of the biggest causes for lack of fulfillment. And so I'm just here to encourage you to first and foremost be honest with yourself. I mean, how much do you value yourself if you lie to yourself? You don't. You don't. Be honest with yourself. If you say you value something, but you're not living it, that's a severe problem. Have the courage to define your own values and then live them. Regardless of what anyone else thinks or what anyone else says, it's your life and it's yours to live. Your life is your life, right? No one is qualified to tell you, certainly not me, certainly not anyone, how you should live your life. Just be honest with yourself and be true to your own values. Now, a word of caution here. A word of caution here. Because brutal honesty is key to what we're talking about. You see, many will use what I'm saying right now, and many have attempted to use what I'm saying right now. Yeah, no one can tell me how to live my life, and no one can tell me what I should value, and I should live my own life, goddammit. And I'm, no, it's my life, and I like who I am. Bullshit. All right? Many people use it as an excuse or a good story to cover up and to rationalize, you get it? Rationalize their own limiting beliefs, their own lack of self-confidence, and their own fear. Look, no one wants to be a plus size. Now, I'm sorry if that pushes your button, and I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I've been overweight, and it's uncomfortable. You know, your pants eat you. They bite you, and you're like, holy crap, let me get home. And the first thing you want to do when you get home is get undressed. Right? No one wants to be a plus size, and yet, you know, how many now in today's times, everyone's like, oh yeah, let's celebrate this and let's celebrate that. Be honest. No one wants to be, oh, so spiritual and oh, so broke. And the fact is, in today's world, as it's currently structured, it takes money to be spiritual. Because, first and foremost, money is spiritual. Everything is spiritual because it all comes from the same source, which is spirit or energy. And if you're going to study, if you're going to travel, if you're going to immerse yourself, if you're going to release your baggage and your crap, it's going to take money to do that in today's economic world. That's just how it works. No one wants to go to a job every day that they hate because they're a slave to pay the banker. No one wants to sell out on their dreams just because they have kids. Or just because they have a spouse who doesn't understand and support them. Or a mate. You know I'm right. No one wants to do these things. So let's be honest. Let's be honest. What is it you truly value in life? You know, if you value cushy and comfort, then just be honest. I value cushy and comfort. I'm not going to work hard and I don't want to accomplish anything and I just want to kind of skid through and stay under the radar. All right, it's your life. Live it that way. But please don't tell me you want to grow a business, and please don't tell me that you want to achieve mastery, and please don't tell me that you want to level up, and please don't tell me that you want to make more money when you really value cushy and comfort, because you ain't going to get there with those values. You're not. Oh, I just want to take vacations and drink margaritas. Okay, good. That's your values. God bless you. And I mean that genuinely. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life, but don't tell me that you want to be a world thought leader. Don't tell me that you want to make an impact on the world. You know, just be honest. My purpose in this life is to drink margaritas and watch football games on the weekend with Budweiser. Okay, all right. I don't think that's true, but who am I to tell you how to live? Let's just be honest. Right? What is it you truly value? Do you know? Because again, most people don't. And I'll tell you how to find out real quickly. Here's a real quick hit. I told you this is a complex topic, and this is something that we dove into with my Prometheus group a couple weeks ago here when we had a live get-together. We dove into it with the Leadership for the Future Mastermind last week, and we'll continue to dive because it's so critically and vitally important to finding your center, to grounding you and allowing you in this Mach 10 market to bob and weave and duck and move as you need to, and also be active and proactive as well. Here's where you can take a quick hit, or a quick look rather, at your values. Take a look at your credit card statement and your bank account and your calendar. Where do you spend your time and money? And it'll tell you very quickly, you'll get at least a good idea of what you truly value. Regardless of what you say, those two indicators, credit card statement, bank account, calendar, will tell you how you are living your values right now, what your values really are. Because remember I said to you, you cannot not live your values. And if you want to change your life, you have to change your values. You have to adopt new values, and it's not just about reciting words and affirmations, because you, like me, know that doesn't work. They've got to be uninstalled and reinstalled. They have to be hardwired into your very neurology so that you cannot not live them. And I hope that makes sense to you. How you spend your time and invest your money tells the world, as well as your unconscious, what you truly value, regardless of what you say. So let me just advocate this. Choose wisely. Choose wisely, because you only get one shot. You only get one shot. You only get one chance. Look, if you really value leveling up, if you'd like to make 2018 the very best year of your entire life, both personally and professionally, then, let's talk. Click the link.
We have a couple spots available for January. We're adding additional dates to the calendar, but I only allow 10 people in. It's by invitation and application only. Click the link. It'll take you to a page to describe it to you. You can apply. You can go to my calendar. We'll have a conversation, and we'll see if it works for you. Click the link on Facebook, click it on Twitter, or go to my bio on Instagram. In the meantime, I hope I've given you some things to think about. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving next week and be grateful, because there's always something to be grateful for. And more so than just giving you some things to think about, I hope I've given you some things to act upon. Until we speak again, week after next, we'll be back to continue with the same series. So I look forward to seeing you then. As always, be a leader, live your purpose, and take your